Hello students, good morning. From today onwards we will solve problems of full cash flow statement. Okay, we have to calculate net cash flow from operating activities under part A. Then B and C part will be of cash flows from investing activities and cash flows from financing activities. And then total of part A, B and C will be the net decrease or increase in cash and cash equivalents during that period. If the balance of cash and cash equivalent at the beginning is added to this figure, then we have to get the balance of cash and cash equivalents at the end of the period. So from our answer we can check the accuracy of our solution. Okay. So see, this is the first problem, basic problem of cash flow statement. See the problem. Gujarat Spinning Mills Limited faced the acute shortage of trained manpower. Other companies in the same trade were also facing the same problem. After consultation with one another, they set up an institute for technical training where training was imparted to unemployed youth to make them ready for employment. Following are the balance sheets of the company. So this company is taking responsibility of giving training to the unemployed youth, technical training. Okay. Now balance sheet is given. Equity and liabilities, shareholders fund, share capital, it is on 31st March 2018 5 lakhs and on 31st March 2017 4 lakhs. So there is increase of 1 lakh in share capital. So there will be issue of shares. Reserve and surplus, it was 2 lakhs 10,000 and now on 31st March 2018 it is 3 lakhs 5,000. First note will be there, we will read the note afterwards. Second, non-current liabilities, long-term borrowings were 3 lakhs and on 31st March 18 they were 3 lakhs 10,000. Trade payables on 31st March 2017 80,000 and today, that is on 31st March 2018 it is 95,000. So total of equity and liability side is given there. Now asset side. First, non-current assets. There are fixed assets. They were 5 lakhs on 31st March 2017 and on 31st March 2018 they are 7 lakhs. So there will be purchase of fixed assets worth rupees 2 lakhs. Non-current investments, it was 70,000 and now it is 56,000 on 31st March 2018. Current assets, there is increase in inventory from 2,10,000 to 2,80,000, that is increase of 70,000. Trade receivables, there is decrease of trade receivables from 1,40,000 to 1,14,000. So next item, there is increase in inventory and decrease in trade receivables. Okay. Now cash and cash equivalents, 70,000 and 60,000. See, some notes to accounts are given here. In reserve and surplus, there is general reserve and profit and loss balance. General reserve was 1 lakh on 31st March 2017 and on 31st March 2018 it is 1 lakh 15,000. So 15,000 rupees were transferred to general reserve in this year. Profit and loss account balance, closing balance is 1 lakh 90,000, opening balance is 1 lakh 10,000. Long term borrowings, there are 12% debentures. They were 2 lakhs on 31st March 2017 and on 31st March 18 they are 1 lakh 50,000. So there will be redemption of debentures of rupees 50,000. Mortgage loan 1 lakh and 1 lakh 60,000. So new loan taken 60,000 rupees. Third, notes to accounts, trade receivables, sundry debtors 94,000 and 1 lakh 25,000. So there is decrease in sundry debtors from 1 lakh 25,000 to 94,000 and bills receivable were increased by rupees 5,000. Okay. Total interest paid on long-term borrowings during the year amounted to rupees 37,800. You are required to prepare a cash flow statement and identify the value involved. In this problem, the management is giving technical education to the unemployed youth. So, the value included in this problem is bearing of social responsibility, fulfilling the social responsibility, and trying to development of skills among unemployed youth. So they are trying to remove the unemployment. Okay, these are the values. Now let's solve this problem. So now we will prepare cash flow statement for the year ended 31st March 2018 of Gujarat Spinning Mill, Gujarat Spinning Mills Limited. A part will be, means first part will be of cash flow from operating activities. Second part, that is B, will be cash flows from investing activities. C will be cash flows from financing activities. Okay, first we have to write net profit before tax. Okay, so we have to calculate net profit before tax. A part, sub point of cash flow from operating activities will be net profit before tax. Second part will be adjustment for non-cash and non-operating items, and third part will be adjustment of working capital changes. Okay, so let's start now. First we have to solve, that is calculate net profit before tax. Okay, here we will calculate net profit before tax. Here calculation of net profit before tax. This is our working note. Okay, see now, in their profit and loss account on 31st March 2018, profit and loss account balance is given 1,90,000, and profit and loss balance on 31st March 2017 is 1,10,000. So therefore profit and loss balance on 31st March 2018, okay, that is closing balance 1,90,000. Now less profit and loss balance on 31st March 2017, which is 1,10,000. So difference is 80,000. Okay, now we have to add some items like transfer to general reserve or dividend paid, etc. So here in this problem we have discussed the problem. They have transferred rupees 15,000 to general reserve. See the note number 1, reserve and surplus. General reserve amount was 1 lakh on 31st March 2017, and it is 1,15,000 on 31st March 2018. It means 15,000 rupees were transferred from profit to general reserve. So we have to add transferred to general reserve. I will write here 1,15,000 minus 1 lakh. So 15,000 we have to add in profit, and then we will get 95,000 rupees, which is net profit before tax. Okay, now let's start our main A heading, cash flows from operating activities. Okay, now subheading will be net profit before tax. A, B, C असे सब पॉइंट दिलेच पाहिजे तसं नाही, but it will be convenient. Net profit before tax as per note is 95,000. Okay, now B, is adjustment of non-cash and non-operating items. So adjustment of non-cash and non-operating items. While solving the problem, see the format given. In cash flow from operating activities, we have to add non-cash and non-operating items, that is expenses, and we have to deduct non-operating incomes. Okay, so depreciation, preliminary expenses or any fictitious asset written off, intangible assets amortized, or interest paid on loans, etc., or loss on sale of asset, etc., we have to add. And interest income, dividend income, or other income, right, rent, like rent or profit on sale of assets, etc., we have to deduct. Okay, so in this problem only interest paid is given 37,800 in the last line of problem, and there is no depreciation, no fictitious asset to be written off, etc. So only one item is there, that is interest paid. So add इंटरेस्ट पेड. इंटरेस्ट पेडची अमाऊंट आपल्याला कॅल्क्युलेट करायची नाही आहे, दिलेलीच आहे डायरेक्टली, आणि हा एकच आयटम आहे, अजून ॲड किंवा लेस करायला काहीही नाही आहे, नॉन कॅश किंवा नॉन ऑपरेटिंग आयटम. सो 37,800 वी विल ॲड हिअर in 95,000. So it will be 1,32,800. Okay, this is operating profit before working capital changes. Operating profit before working capital changes. Okay, now C point will be adjustment of working capital changes. Adjustment of working capital changes. Now again see your format. फर्स्ट डेला मी फॉर्मॅट दिलं होतं ते फॉर्मॅट बघा. ॲडजस्टमेंट ऑफ वर्किंग कॅपिटल चेंजेसमध्ये वी हॅव टू ॲड decrease in current asset and increase in current liability. Okay, so decrease in current asset and increase in current liability. Add decrease in current asset and increase in current liability. Okay, so see the problem. There are current assets given in the problem. There is trade receivables. In trade receivables, sundry debtors is there, and there is decrease in sundry debtors from 1,25,000 to 94,000. Okay, again in current assets there is inventory, but there is increase in inventory. So only one current asset is there, and in this current asset there is decrease. फक्त एकाच करंट ॲसेटमध्ये डिक्रीज आहे, दॅट इज सन्ड्री डेटर्स. ओके, सो हिअर वी विल राईट डिक्रीज इन सन्ड्री डेटर्स. ओके, नाव इन्क्रीज इन करंट लायबिलिटी बघूया. इन्क्रीज इन करंट लायबिलिटी काही आहे का? करंट लायबिलिटीज बघा, करंट लायबिलिटीजमध्ये फक्त ट्रेड पेएबल आहे, आणि देर इज इन्क्रीज ऑफ 15,000 रुपीज इन ट्रेड पेएबल्स. ओके, सो इन्क्रीज इन ट्रेड पेएबल्स. सन्ड्री डेटर्समध्ये इन्क्रीज जो आहे तो इन्क्रीज आहे 31,000. ओके, आणि ट्रेड पेएबल्समध्ये सन्ड्री डेटर्समध्ये जो डिक्रीज आहे तो 31,000चा आहे, आणि इन्क्रीज इन ट्रेड पेएबल्स जे आहे ते 15,000 रुपीजचं आहे. सो आपण याची टोटल करूया आणि ॲड करूया. सो इट इज 46,000. we will add 46,000 in 1,32,800. so it will be 1,78,800. 800. Okay, now less increase in current asset and decrease in current liability. Okay, increase in current asset and decrease in current liability. आता बघा प्रॉब्लेममध्ये इन्क्रीज इन करंट ॲसेट आपण मगाशी म्हटल्याप्रमाणे इन्व्हेंटरीमध्ये इन्क्रीज आहे, बरोबर आहे. 70,000चा आपण मगाशीच प्रॉब्लेम असताना डिस्कस केलं होतं. अँड सी द बिल्स रिसिवेबल अमाऊंट, देर इज इन्क्रीज ऑफ ₹5,000 इन bills receivable and there is no current liability. So we will write here increase in inventory by ₹70,000 and increase in bills receivable by ₹5,000. So total amount we will deduct 75,000 from 1,78,800. 75,000. After deducting 75,000, the amount will be 1,03,800. ओके, फॉर्मॅटमध्ये बघा वर्किंग कॅपिटल चेंजेस रेकॉर्ड करून झाल्यानंतर वी हॅव टू डिडक्ट द इन्कम टॅक्स. पण या प्रॉब्लेममध्ये इन्कम टॅक्स वगैरे काही दिलेलं नाही. सो दिस इज द फिगर ऑफ कॅश नेट कॅश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग ॲक्टिव्हिटी. ओके, सो नेट कॅश फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग ॲक्टिव्हिटी असं पण लिहू शकता तुम्ही. This is the final answer of first point, that is A point. Okay, now B will be cash flows from investing activities. Okay, now see the investing activities. परत एकदा फॉर्मॅट बघा सगळ्यांनी. इन्व्हेस्टिंग ॲक्टिव्हिटीजमध्ये सेल और परचेस ऑफ फिक्स ॲसेट, दॅट इज फिक्स ॲसेट टँजिबल और इंटँजिबल. सिमिलरली रेंट रिसिव्ड और इंटरेस्ट और डिव्हिडंड रिसिव्ड अशा गोष्टी इन्क्लूड होतात, हे आपण शिकलेलो आहोत. ओके, सो या प्रॉब्लेममध्ये बघा, सी इन दिस प्रॉब्लेम ॲज वी हॅव डिस्कस्ड अर्लियर, देर इज परचेस ऑफ फिक्स ॲसेट्स ऑफ ₹2 lakhs and see the amount of non-current investment. In non-current investment there is decrease दिसतोय बघा, from 70,000 to 56,000, means decrease of ₹14,000. so it will be of sale of non-current investment, obviously, because no other adjustment is given on that. So we will write here purchase of fixed assets, amount will be negative because cash is going out, and sale of non-current investments, of ₹14,000. ओके, दोनच अमाऊंट्स आहेत. 2 lakhs negative, 14,000 positive. So there will be difference of negative 86,000. Okay, negative 1,86,000. So this is the final answer. Negative 1,86,000 is the final answer of cash flows from investing activities. So we will write here net cash used in investing activities. Net cash used in investing activities. This will be the last, that is final amount of cash flow from investing activities. समजते सगळ्यांना. नाव हा बी पॉईंट झाला आहे, हा ए पॉईंट झाला आहे, मेन पॉईंट. आता सी C point will be cash flows from financing activities. ओके. आता कॅश फ्लो फ्रॉम फायनान्सिंग ॲक्टिव्हिटीजमध्ये काय काय येतं आपण सॉल्व केलेलं आहे. देर विल बी इश्यू ऑफ शेअर्स, इश्यू ऑफ डिबेंचर्स, इफ लोन्स टेकन लॉन्ग टर्म बोरोइंग्स और शॉर्ट टर्म बोरोइंग्स. ओके, समजतंय. फायनल डिव्हिडंड पेड, इंटरिम डिव्हिडंड पेड, इंटरेस्ट पेड ऑन बोरोइंग्स एट्सेट्रा विल बी हिअर. ओके, और रिपेमेंट ऑफ लोन, रिडम्शन ऑफ डिबेंचर्स, म्हणजे फायनान्स उभा करण्याच्या सगळ्या गोष्टी, म्हणजे इश्यू ऑफ शेअर्स, डिबेंचर्स एट्सेट्रा किंवा लोन टेकन, आपण यातनं फायनान्स उभा करतो. आणि हा फायनान्स स्पेंड कसा करतो आपण, तर हे लोन घेतलं आहे म्हणून आपण इंटरेस्ट पेड करतो, काही वेळेला रिपेमेंट ऑफ लोन करतो किंवा डिबेंचर्सचं रिडम्शन करतो. अशा सगळ्या ॲडजस्टमेंट्सच्या फायनान्सिंग ॲक्टिव्हिटीजमध्ये येतात. आता हा प्रॉब्लेम बघा, आपण प्रॉब्लेम वाचतानाच डिस्कस केलेला आहे. देअर विल बी इश्यू ऑफ शेअर्स, कारण 4 लाख रुपीजचे 5 लाख रुपीज झालेले दिसते शेअर कॅपिटल, आणि अदर इन्फॉर्मेशन नोट्स टू अकाउंट्समध्ये काही दिलेलं नाही. सो देअर विल बी इश्यू ऑफ शेअर्स. ओके, सिमिलरली शेअर्स इश्यू केले, त्याचबरोबर रिझर्व्ह अँड सरप्लस नंतर लॉंग टर्म बॉरोइंग्स ही नोट दिली आहे, सेकंड नोट बघा. देर इज रिडम्शन ऑफ डिबेंचर्स ॲज वी हॅव डिस्कस्ड अर्लियर, and there is mortgage loan taken worth rupees 60,000. Okay, so we'll write here issue of shares, issue of shares 1 lakh. As cash is coming in, this will be the positive amount. Then mortgage loan taken or proceeds from mortgage loans, मॉर्गेज लोन टेकन असं पण लिहू शकता तुम्ही. प्रोसीड्स हा शब्द अवघड वाटत असेल तर लिहिला नाही तरी चालेल. 60,000 रुपीज मॉर्गेज लोन घेतलेलं आहे. ओके, नाव रिडम्शन ऑफ डिबेंचर्स, आपण बघितलं आहे. देर इज डिफरन्स ऑफ रुपीज 50,000. सो 50,000च्या डिबेंचर्सचं रिडम्शन म्हणजे रिपेमेंट केलेलं असणार आहे. अँड नाव dividend paid or interest paid amount is given in the problem, that is 37,800. so interest paid it is 37,800. okay, so negative total is 87,800, positive total is 1,60,000. so 1,60,000 minus 87,800, that is 72,200. this will be the final amount, 72,200. and this is the final amount of last point, that is net cash from financing activities. net cash from, that is net cash flows, नुसतं net cash लिहिलं तरी चालेल. फायनान्सिंग ॲक्टिव्हिटीज इज 72,200 पॉझिटिव्ह. ओके, आता बघा 3 आपल्याला फायनल अमाऊंट्स मिळालेले आहेत. दिस इज द फायनल अमाऊंट ऑफ नेट कॅश फ्लोज फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग ॲक्टिव्हिटीज. दिस इज द फायनल अमाऊंट. ओके, देन कॅश फ्लोज फ्रॉम इन्व्हेस्टिंग ॲक्टिव्हिटीज, फायनल अमाऊंट इज निगेटिव्ह 1,86,000. अँड cash flows from financing activities, final amount is 72,200 positive. okay, now मी तुम्हाला सांगितल्याप्रमाणे we have to add these amounts. टोटल काढूया. ऑब्वियसली टोटल काढताना एक निगेटिव्ह अमाऊंट आहे 1,86,000 आणि 2 पॉझिटिव्ह अमाऊंट्स आहेत 1,03,800 आणि 72,200. सो आपल्याला 1,03,800 आणि 72,200 हे ॲड करायचे आणि त्याच्यातून आपल्याला 1,86,000 लेस करायचे. 1,03,800 अँड 72,200 मीन्स 1,76,000 पॉझिटिव्ह, बरोबर आहे, करून बघा. अँड निगेटिव्ह अमाऊंट इज निगेटिव्ह 1,86,000. सो आन्सर विल बी negative 10,000. And as answer is negative, it means there is net decrease in cash and cash equivalents. Net decrease in cash and cash equivalents by rupees 10,000. आन्सर निगेटिव्ह आलं तिन्ही अमाऊंट्सचे ॲडिशन करून तर देअर विल बी डिक्रीज, पॉझिटिव्ह आलं तर देअर विल बी इन्क्रीज. ओके, नाव वी विल ॲड कॅश अँड कॅश इक्विव्हलन्स ॲट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द पिरियड इन दिस अमाऊंट. सो ॲड cash and cash equivalents at the beginning. See the problem and see the balance sheet. On asset side, in current asset, cash and cash equivalents are given. Closing cash and cash equivalents 60,000. Opening cash and cash equivalents, that is cash and cash equivalents at the beginning, are 70,000. Negative 10,000, positive 7,000 यांचे ॲडिशन येईल. आन्सर विल बी पॉझिटिव्ह 60,000. ओके, and this will be cash and cash equivalents at the end of the period. बॅलन्स शीट चेक केली की तुमच्या लक्षात येईल बिगिनिंगचं कॅश अँड कॅश इक्विवलंट 70,000 आहे, क्लोजिंग कॅश अँड कॅश इक्विवलंट्स इट 60,000 आणि आपली कॅश फ्लो स्टेटमेंटच्या शेवटी कॅश अँड कॅश इक्विवलंट्स ॲट द एंड ऑफ द पिरियड इज 60,000. सो अवर कॅश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट इज correct. Okay, so in this way we have to prepare cash flow statement in every problem. Solve this problem in your notebook, and if there is any doubt you can ask. Okay, that's all.